So in response to the overnight barrage from Hezbollah, the Israeli military resumed intensive and ongoing airstrikes on Hezbollah targets in Beirut's southern suburbs, including the group's stronghold in the Dakheh. The IDF continues to strike Hezbollah terror infrastructure in Beirut with intense waves of attacks from the air and the sea. Among some of the targets struck, terror infrastructure, weapons shortage sites, Central Command headquarters, and the Air Force headquarters of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps in Beirut. So far, about 70 terror targets have been struck in the Beirut area, including approximately 50 high-rise buildings used by Hezbollah for terror activities, and several key operatives were also eliminated. Now, Hezbollah has placed its terror infrastructure in the heart of Beirut under the cover of the civilian population, much as Hamas has done in Gaza. And over the past week, the IDF ordered the evacuation of residents from most of the Dakheh district in order to protect their safety. So joining us now with more on the escalation with Lebanon is Colonel Dr. Jacques Neriah, special analyst for the Middle East at JCFA and a former chief analyst of Israeli military intelligence. Jacques, thank you for joining us. Now, we saw an unprecedented coordinated attack from Iran and its terror proxy Hezbollah last night. Is Israel heading for a full-out war with Hezbollah, a ground invasion into Lebanon?
A full war, yes. Ground invasion, this I'm a little bit skeptical about it, because I don't think that there's a need for that. And if there is, I think that we should be happy if we stop at the third row of the Lebanese villages in South Lebanon, meaning that it's more or less around the Litani River. So this is not going to be a campaign where we reach Beirut, or we just cut the access Beirut-Damascus. This is not going to be the same. And I think that first, before reaching that, I think that we have to employ a much more powerful attacks from the Air Force. But right now, this is limited because of the fact that most of the Air Force effort is directed against Iran. So in the meantime, I mean, what the IDF is doing is just destroying some of the infrastructure of Hezbollah and trying to chase and as much as possible of their missiles and their launchers in the Bekaa Valley, in northern Lebanon, and in South Lebanon also. And I think that there's no other choice right now but to confront Hezbollah.
Now, Hezbollah's capabilities, I mean, were largely diminished after October 7th, and we saw, of course, the famous beeper, pager operation. But it's clear that they have spent the duration of the ceasefire to rebuild and to rearm. So what is your assessment of their capabilities as it stands today?
As you said, they have received a very severe blow in the campaign of 2024. But basically, I mean, from that time till today, 16 months, Hezbollah has succeeded in recovering, in reconstructing its power, its units, and appointing new commanders for the units that were killed, that decapitated most of them. And under the sponsorship and the control of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, Hezbollah has turned into a unit of the Iranian army. So this is what we are facing today. We are facing an organization that speaks Lebanese, but in fact is directed and a mercenary of Iran, and it's part of the Iranian front. As such, we have to see it as an integral part of the Iranian front in front of us.
And can you also give a breakdown of the situation inside of Lebanon? Because the Lebanese government has issued sort of an unprecedented rebuke of the terror group. Where does this stand now?
Well, if you have to believe what the Lebanese government has to say and is saying, I think that we would be lost. We would be lost because, I mean, there's no hope from this government unless it decides definitely to follow the American Council saying that they have to outlaw the Hezbollah. If they don't outlaw Hezbollah, I mean, then nothing will happen. they have promised in 2025, beginning 2025, that the whole south of Lebanon would be demilitarized and would be empty of Hezbollah presence. Well, you know, the chief of the army has solemnly lied both to the government, to the Americans, to the French, to everybody. Because, I mean, as we see it today, Hezbollah is still very much present in the south, very much, I mean, its fire is directed from from parts of the south as much as in the Bekaa Valley and otherwise. I remind you the famous meeting between Rudolf Heikel, the army chief in Washington, with Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham asked him if Lebanon would see Hezbollah as a terrorist organization, and the answer of the Lebanese commander of the army was not in the context of Lebanon, which means that, I mean, Hezbollah is not seen as a terrorist organization, because if they had considered Hezbollah as a terrorist organization, they would have to arrest two ministers that are part of the Lebanese government. They would have to arrest 13 members of parliament, and they would have to destroy all the infrastructure that Hezbollah has built over the years. So, I mean, the divorce between the Lebanese government and and Hezbollah is very difficult. It is so difficult that, I mean, the Lebanese have recognized and said that they have no power to do so. During the last meeting of the government, when the decision was made about stopping all illegal activities of Hezbollah, not the Hezbollah itself, but illegal activities and military activities of Hezbollah, the chief of the army, Rudolf Heikel, said very plainly and openly to the prime minister, "I'm not going to do it. I cannot do it, and I will not do it." And as follows. There were information that leaked from Lebanon that the Americans, because of this declaration.
Yeah, we have. I don't know if our viewers can hear the sound, but we are just getting a warning that in the next few minutes we're going to have to go into bomb shelters. Yeah.
I've just finished my sentence that the Americans asked for the resignation of the chief of the army, and they said that there will be no other contacts between the Lebanese army and Washington until this has happened. And following the declaration of the president that he's open to open negotiation with Israel, they said before opening direct negotiation with Israel, you have to make a decision concerning outlawing Hezbollah, and this is not going to happen.
Absolutely. So essentially, I think at the end of the day, what you're saying is Israel is going to have to go in and finish the job itself, something that I think you and many in the security establishment have been saying from day one.
For a long time. I mean, and we have been lured by politicians and by people who said that Hezbollah was deterred, Hezbollah was in fact degraded, and etc. etc. He has lost his power, and we see that this is not exactly what happened on the ground.
All right, Colonel Dr. Jacques Neriah, I'm going to let you go so that you can make it in time into the shelter. Thank you so much for joining us and for your analysis.
Thank you.